Ooh. Hey y'all, Ryan here. If you know anything about me, or if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I only have two hobbies, and that's beer and video games. So when I wanted to do a favorite games video, it only made sense to build a six-pack to go along with it. Hey, I'm drinking and driving for this one, because in this game you gotta go fast. Number 6 is Sonic Adventure 2. Don't get me wrong, this is not a good game. It's fun, and it sure is nostalgic for me, but it is completely busted. The loop-de-loops hardly work. The English dub is completely off. The music gets really loud in cutscenes in the middle of nowhere, and you can't even hear the dialogue, but that all just adds to a lot of the charm. Going back and playing this game, it's a lot of fun to get all the emblems. You can like do a little speed run of the game. Raising these little bastards is a good time until you accidentally step on one and they hate you for the rest of their life. Come on, little doggy. Yeah. The beer pairing for Sonic Adventure 2 is Miller High Life. This is not a good beer, but I love it, just like Sonic. Naturally, the champagne of beers would pair with the champagne of Sonic games. Chaos Control. Whoa, I'm 2D for this one, I guess, is what this is supposed to look like. Because number 5 is Paper Mario. Yes, this game is fun, obviously, because it's on my list. The combat's good, the characters are memorable, and the badge system allows for a lot of customization in the play experience. It's also just really nostalgic for me. This was my first turn-based RPG I've ever played, which kind of blew my mind as like a 7-year-old, because normally you're just supposed to jump on bad guys. You don't have to take turns jumping on bad guys. I'm also cheating and putting Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door on this list as well, because the games are kind of inseparable in my brain. And that one improves upon the first one in a lot of really good ways. And also you get to ride on a baby Yoshi, and you can name him Fart, I guess. The beer pairing for Paper Mario and Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door is the Asahi Super Dry. It's light and crisp, and it's one that I always keep coming back to, just like Paper Mario, because I have to play it every 4 years, basically. Also, Paper Mario is like a JRPG, I think, which would be fitting for a Japanese beer. Is Mario Italian? Is Mario Japanese? He has like a Japanese dad, Shigeru Miyamoto. Cheers to him. This video is gonna fucking suck. Anyway. I'm in the beer fridge for this one because it's chilly. Number 4 is Celeste. Something I love about this game is how the story elements are woven into the power-ups. Like when you're going up the mountain and the tram breaks down and the himbo guy has you imagine a feather going up and down. But then the game pulls back and it makes you hold down the A button to simulate breathing. It's a very interesting and calming moment in a game that's all about jumping fast and fucking hating yourself because you can't hit a jump at the right time. And it's really practical because it's something that I have thought about in my own life as I had anxiety attacks in the real world, and I thought about the feather thing and it helped. Not that that ever happened, but it did. Anyway, the feather becomes a power-up later, and that's sick. And like the double dash, you don't just unlock the double dash because you progress far enough in the game. You unlock the double dash after you make piss. You make peace with evil Celeste. You have to make peace with evil Celeste, and then you unlock the double dash. It's just really cool how the story elements become power-ups. Also, this game is really hard, and it's not forgiving. And the game keeps a death counter of how many times you died in the entire game, which is mean and not nice. But also, if the game was easy, it would still be fun. But because the game is brutally hard, it's thrilling. The beer pairing for Celeste is the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. I mostly picked this one because the guy has a little hat on that makes me think of cold. But also you're gonna want a 9% beer when you're playing this game because holy shit, it's frustrating. Hey y'all, I'm hiding for this one because it's spooky. I'm under the bed because number 3 is Metroid Dread. Oh god, my fucking neck hurts so bad. What can I say about this game other than it is freaking polished? It feels good, the movement's really good, it makes you feel like Spider-Man. Honestly, this game's got the best hallways I've seen in any video game ever. I mean, look at this hallway, and look at this hallway, and look at that hallway. They didn't have to make the hallways look so good, but they did. Navigating the world is super fun. Looking at the map for an hour and still being lost is fun. Fighting bosses is awesome. Dying a million times and then figuring out their pattern and then dying a million more times and then beating them makes you feel super tough. Like you get to the first boss and you think, wow, this is tough. But then you beat him and you're like, man, I'm pretty good. And then you get to Kraid and you die a million more times and it's just like, man, you gotta be dreading me. Oh, my fucking neck. I gotta wrap this up. The beer pairing for Metroid Dread is Main Beer Company's Lunch IPA. A super polished beer for a super polished game. Just like Metroid, it's super tasty, it's chock full of that good shit, but it's not bloated in any way possible. Hey y'all, I'm in a tree for this one because this game's all about exploring. Number 2 is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. What can I say about this game that hasn't already been said? What can I say about any of these games that hasn't already been said? Why I'm even doing this? I don't know. What I will say is that if there's any game on my list that everyone ever should play, it's this one. The way that it inspires exploration, the way that it allows for creative solutions to the dungeons and combat is unlike any other game I've ever played. And honestly, this is the most engrossed I've been in a video game ever. Also, if you're gonna play this game, turn off the normal HUD and turn on the Pro HUD. The normal heads-up display, I think, clutters the screen and distracts from the natural immersion of the game. You don't need a dial to tell you that Link is about to die of frostbite because he'll just shiver when that's about to happen. Anyway. Ah! Oh, fuck. God damn it. Oh, fuck. Where's this? Oh, God. Ow, fuck. Fuck. The beer pairing for The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is Untitled Arts Blueberry Florida Seltzer. This is the seltzer killer. If you ever had one of these, you know that no other seltzer can compare. Similarly, if you've played Breath of the Wild, you know that no other open world game can compare. Once you've played Breath of the Wild, it's so hard to go back to any other open world Seltzer. Fuck, okay, fuck, okay. God, I hope this was recording. Jesus in heaven. Fuck. What am I doing with my life? Well, I'm on the throne of kegs for this one because it's time for my most favorite game of all time ever. But first, some honorable mentions. Halo 3, Fallout 3, The Binding of Isaac. I hate that game so much. I put too many hours into it. Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 3D World, Tunic. Yes, this is VO because I forgot to say these during the recording. Pretty much every other Zelda game, most specifically Twilight Princess and A Link Between Worlds and Link's Crossbow Training, Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Double Dash, Portal 1 and 2, Return of the Obra Dinn, Elden Ring, and Hollow Knight, which, golly, do I wish Hollow Knight could have made this list. But anyway, my most favorite game is The Elder Scrolls Morrowind. If I could play any game for the rest of my life, unfortunately, it would be Morrowind. I mean, just look at how busted it is. I remember when I first played this game, I thought it was ugly and good lord, what are these horrific sounds that it's making? But then you learn to love those things. If there's one thing I could praise about this game, it's the journal and the way that it handles quests. Unlike every RPG that came out after this game, when you get a quest, your journal is updated and it will tell you exactly where to go, but you have no quest marker. You have to follow directions. And I can't believe that I am saying that the best part of this game is following directions. But what happens is you're walking down the road and some NPC calls you a made-up fantasy slur.
You Inma.
So you talk to them, and they give you some quest to find some magic mushrooms or something. And those mushrooms can be found in a swamp, and they give you directions to that swamp. They tell you that if you follow the river south out of town until you see a wooden bridge, and then you go past that bridge, if you go over the hills to the west, you can find the mushrooms. And sure enough, if you do all that, you'll find the mushrooms or whatever. I can't believe other games don't do that, because they just give you a quest marker and you go straight and you find the thing that you need to find. But because Morrowind gives you directions, you have to engage with the world, and a simple quest of going to a cave and killing some monsters becomes more of an adventure because you have to engage with the world in order to get there. The beer pairing for The Elder Scrolls Morrowind is the Montucky Cold Snack. Simply put, if I could only drink one beer for the rest of my life, it would be this one. And if I could only drink one game, if I could only play one game for the rest of my life, it would be Morrowind. Cheers, and thanks for watching my stupid ass video.